According to perfect. Welcome everybody to the latest episode of the Socially Conscious St. Louis Podcast. I'm the host of this here thing. They call me King David. Welcome everybody to the latest episode of the Socially Conscious St. Louis Podcast. All right, a little bit of a playback issue. That was my fault. But anyways, like I'm saying, I'm King David. I'm the host of this thing. Rebecca should be here in a few minutes. She's having some technical difficulties. And we have friend to the show, personal friend of mine, a good brother who's always dropping that heat. Brother Metu Jallo, what's going on, my good?
Peace to the God. I'm good, my brother. I'm black and glad to be invited to be black in the building.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. How things been going for you, brother?
Things been going pretty well in Babylon, brother. Just chatting
Babylon.
just chatting down the times of when Babylon fall.
Right. It's on its way.
Yes, sir. Someone asked me recently, they said, what do we do to make things get better? I said, you do all you can to make it get worse fast, because it gets better after it got worse.
That's a good question. My response would be do what you're supposed to be doing for you and yours, and then everything else will fall into place.
I agree with that 1,000%.
You know, bro, I'm a firm believer. If you just kind of focus on what you're doing, not saying that you're not aware of what's going on around you, but typically when you mind your own business and focus on what you have to do, then things tend to work out very good. Because, I mean, I'm going to do what's best for me. And, it kind of goes back to the old children's story about the grass and not the grass, but the grasshopper and the ant. Something so simple, but, children's stories used to teach us a lot. You figure if anybody doesn't know, I'm sure everybody should know. But if you've never heard the story, you got a grasshopper, you got an ant. Ant work 9 months just to prepare for 3 months of winter. The grasshopper laid up during the spring, the summer, and the fall, laughing, playing, joking. And during the winter, he was assed out. He ain't had nothing to eat on. What's up, Ant? Let me get some food. Ant like, nope. You should have prepared yourself. And that's how it is. That's how it's gonna be.
Yeah, because that's our brother Dr. John Henry Clark said we got to practice. We have to return back to the essential selfishness of survival. We have to be political assholes for a minute. It's about us, and then everything else fall into place.
That's correct.
We can't be worried about other people. We got this. Like, I can't save your child if my child is suffering.
That's real. If my house is on fire, I can't come rescue you until I fix this hole in this boat.
Free yourself and unchain the rest.
Let me see. Okay, brother. Since everyone's talking about moving to Africa,
who's talking about moving to Africa? Last I checked, a lot of people not talking about
it. I hear a lot of people in my associations talking about moving to Africa, but the problem is, brother, why are we only talking about moving to Ghana?
Right. Well, because Ghana is one of the known drum beaters of bringing black people back. So that's the one that's the one that we know of. We don't know about the other ones.
That's cool, but there's other countries in Africa or other states. How you look at it.
Right.
Ghana.
We don't know about the other ones. We just know about Ghana. Well, I know about.
How come we don't know about the other ones? You think Ghana? What you think? Africa is just completely just one? What one country? Just Ghana? Just Ghana, and then It was just completely takes up the rest of Africa. You know, we're not even thinking about Egypt, which of course the northern part is Arab influenced. Well, actually the southern part, but that's not something we're gonna get into right now because you know the Nile flows from south to north.
That's a fact.
Egypt is the south, and South Africa is actually North Africa, but that's beside the point.
Right.
I understand that some of us want to move, but to me, brother, for us, all of us Black Americans, who's talking about um, going to the motherland, going back home to Africa. To me, everybody talking about going to Ghana is like going to Memphis in May if you from St. Louis. If you go down to Memphis in May, you see pretty much everybody that you know in St. Louis. You're like, yeah, I came down here to get away from you niggas.
Can't run from yourself, brother.
But I'm saying,
Wherever you go, you go.
You want to get out of town and see something different. You want to get out of town to experience new things. And to me, everybody talking about moving to Ghana is like everybody going to Memphis in May. Like, okay, if I wanted to stay in St. Louis, I would have stayed there. I came to Memphis to get away from you niggas.
Right.
A couple days, I see the same people in Memphis that I see in St. Louis.
Yeah, but when I was in Uganda, it's very little population of African Americans in Uganda, especially East Africa. So many of us are going to West, and we're leaving East Africa out. See, Africa is a continent, not a country.
That's correct. Which is why I have to ask the question, why is everybody moving to Ghana? I'm not saying that you can't move to Ghana. I'm not saying that you shouldn't move to Ghana. Ghana is definitely one of the places that you said has opened up its doors.
Because it's more vocal than the other places. The other places, they're vocal, but they're not as vocal as Ghana. It's like, you know, we hear about Beyonce, but people act like Beyonce is the only singer. She's just the one that's more open. You know, she's more known.
Mm-hmm. But
she's not the only female singer.
That's a following mentality, though. Okay, if everybody gonna jump off the bridge, you gonna jump off the bridge too?
Say it again.
I said that's a follower mentality, brother. If everybody gonna jump off the bridge, you gonna jump off the bridge too?
No, I'm not, but you know, everybody's cut different.
I mean, I could tell you that, hey, you can come get this brand new car and this and this and this and this and this. But like anything, you got to do your research.
That's true.
Brand new cars.
See, I have a field Negro mentality. Field Negro mentality is any place is better than this.
I get it. But
so
we talk about
whether you go to Ghana, whether you go to Senegal, Nigeria, Mozambique, Uganda, Tanzania, it ain't America.
I get it. We should spread out. That's my point. We should spread out. You're not gonna buy something just because you shouldn't buy something just because somebody told you about it. Just because Rebecca told me that Kansas is a place to live doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna move to Kansas.
Yeah, don't do that.
Anytime you getting ready to make a big life change, just be honest, moving to another country is a huge life change.
Yes.
Moving to another continent is a huge life change.
But if you feel like your life is in danger where you're at, why not give another one a chance?
Who said anything about not giving another chance, brother? I said do your research. That's what I'm saying. Do your research. Before you get to fucking moving somewhere, do your goddamn research. I'm not moving fucking cross town without doing my research. I want to know where I'm moving to. Are there parks? What are the schools like? Are there restaurants in the area? Are there fast food joints in the area? Is there a laundromat in the area? Is it close to the highway? These are the things that I look for when I move across town. When I move down the street, why would you not take that same mentality when it comes to moving to Africa? That's why
because you have more it's a lot of things you can do in Africa that you can't do here. So a lot of things that we see here are not in Africa. We can bring it to Africa. You see, they don't have a laundromat, you can build your laundromat. You see, they don't have a grocery store, build a grocery store. Whatever you see that's not there, you put it there.
That's not the point, brother. That is not the point. It ain't the fact that you can do whatever you want to in Africa. It's the point of do your research before, and I mean thoroughly, extensively do your research before you make that type of move. Because, like you say, there are many states in Africa, many states. Every
countries.
culture is different. Every environment is different. Before you get making that move, I'm just gonna blindly jump out here. I'm just gonna take my happy ass to Africa.
Then my question to you is, brother, do you think Harriet Tubman said, let me research these areas I'm trying to bring these black folk in? Or just you know what? We gotta get them out of this spot. We're gonna make it better wherever we go.
I think she should think about it, brother. Okay, what's the avenues? What's the exits? Where are we going? What's a better place than where we are now? She didn't just blindly like, okay, we're just gonna walk down this path and I'm gonna take all these.
Yeah, I'm not talking about her. The people that went was like, shit, where are we going? She said, we'll find out when we get there.
Okay. That's still to me a follower mentality, but them two different things. Okay. We're not in the chattel slavery right now.
But we are in slavery.
You have a choice whether or not you want to do this, that, and third. If you are looking at something as bleak as slavery, sure. If you're in that type of position, of course, you're gonna look for the first trade smoking. You're gonna look for the thing off of the plantation, but we're not in that situation anymore. You have options. You have internet. You have research at your disposal for you to be able to do anything. Make a conscious decision on what you're gonna do, how you gonna do it. It ain't no different than goddamn me, Umar Johnson, Polite, and any rest of these motherfuckers out here. Do your goddamn research before you get to blindly dumping your money into some punk ass school that don't even exist.
Thanks.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't move to Africa. You should. You should move wherever you feel comfortable, whether it be Africa, Asia, Europe, South America. I don't care where you go. But be a smart, informed person. Know what you're getting into before you get into it. Know that Polite has never given anybody back their money for real before you start donating to them. Know that know these things like why does Umar always appear by him in his video? Why does Umar have, and this ain't just him, this is your church too. Oh yeah, Christians, this is your church too. Why don't you have an itemized list of where all the money's going to? If this is something that you support, why don't you have a list? This is how much electricity costs for the building. This is how much property maintenance is. This is how much landscape maintenance it is. I need X amount of painters. I need X amount of plumbers. I need X amount of this. I need a lunch lady. I need that. We need this for the school. We need this for the church. Why are we not looking into these things and checking these people when they go astray, or at least make better informed decisions of ourselves so you don't have to get through that situation?
I understand that. You make a valid point.
You know, I haven't seen any tangibles, but like we were saying yesterday, brother, even if it's my church, we done had a building fund for 30 damn years. How much in the goddamn building fund? That's what I want to know. Can you, as a church family, or any family for that matter, sit down? It could be your family between you and your wife and your children. Sit down and itemize your list. This is how much we spend for this. This is how much we spend for that. This is how much I have here in the checkers account. This is how much is in the savings account. Okay, this is where Umar Johnson School is located. This is the property. This is the address. Umar needs $10,000 to paint the school. Okay, now we know that Umar Johnson has done the research and he needs $10,000 to paint the school.
Transparency is important. I agree with you.
I agree with you.
So why not have that same transparency when you're talking about moving to Africa?
Facts.
Well, You don't want to scare yourself of not going.
Huh?
Hey, who doing that? Like,
I'm like, huh?
I'm okay. I guess some people do that. You are right, brother. Some people do. Um, some people do overextensive research. Some people think about it too much and too long and too hard, and they end up missing the blessing.
Right.
Mm.
I have done that personally with a woman who I used to be, in context with. I knew I could have got some. The signs were there. It was a big flash and neon signs. Hey, come get this pussy. I was overthinking it. I was a young man. I was overthinking it. I'm like, what's all this? So, long story short, I end up not getting the draws. That was on me. I own that. So yes, you can overthink something.
True.
You talk yourself or think yourself out of doing something.
True.
Just talking about having a general understanding of what you're doing and where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
When I cut grass, I have a that I stick to depending on what accounts that I have to do that day. So I got to go to North County. I'm probably got to go to North County first. Or if I got property in South St. Louis, I'm going to go to my furthest point in South St. Louis, and then I'm going to work my way back. I have a plan of action that helps me execute the things that I'm trying to do. Rebecca, speak.
I agree. I'm sorry, give me a second.
Been smoking too much ganja.
No, none of that.
See, a lot of people when they do is when they talk about Africa, they want to compare it to America. They say, well, I can't get my child support in Africa. See, that type of shit will scare you away from going.
But is that the majority?
I think anybody who's looking for child support ain't looking to move to Africa. I'm just
right, like not at all. They ain't trying to leave nowhere where they at.
Ain't no Section 8s in Africa. I can't go there.
Right, and I understand. I understand, but people will talk themselves out of it. Like for an example, I know a brother. I was telling him about Africa. He said, "Well, I don't want to go there because I can't bring my gun." Nigga, you didn't want to go in the first place.
I think you and David pretty much kind of saying the same thing, because David is saying like if you don't want to leave the comfortability of where you are, then there's no chance that you're trying to go to Africa. I think it's more so fear of the unknown, and I think it's more so fear of what we've been exposed to, so to speak. Because when you look at TV, people don't realize you ain't looking at Africans, you're looking at other continents and other ethnicities when it comes to all those commercials about starving children, yada yada, this and that. Yes, it's almost everywhere, but it's almost like they're selling us that Africa is this poor, desolate place so that we won't leave. So I think it's just a fear of the unknown.
Facts.
Because niggas that's comfortable with getting food stamps, welfare, child support, well, not necessarily child support, but food stamps, welfare, and Section 8 housing, I can guarantee they probably, the only thing they probably try to do is use their kids' welfare check to go to the Bahamas. Take their little 3-7 day cruise to the Bahamas because they need a break from not working and they 5 to 10 badass kids. Not everyone, just saying. They have no interest in going to Africa at all. They ain't even trying to learn about Africa. They ain't trying to teach their kids about Africa.
That's true. It's just like now, like I will be traveling to Ethiopia. So I talk to people, just like the brother said, I talk to the people that lives there. I say, what advice would you give me? They say, well, just learn the language in Mahadi. Just learn the language. Once you learn the language, you're good. Just like if you go to Brazil, all you got to do is learn you some Portuguese, and you good. All right, cool. Let me go on I can do my research. You can go on YouTube. You don't got to pay for Rosetta Stone. There's videos on YouTube to teach you how to speak the language, and you good to go once you get there.
I'm gonna pay an African to teach me how to speak this language. Hey, brother, why don't I put some money in your hands so you can teach me how to speak this language?
That's true. That's true. But if sometimes you don't have the money, so there are Africans that's online that's teaching it. So I subscribe to their page and say, you know what, I'm going to learn this from this brother.
And you know what? The other thing to that, the other caveat to that is this: a lot of people think that Africans don't like us.
That's
You know what I mean? They think that Africans don't like us. So it's almost like it's not just fear of the unknown. It's also like, why am I going somewhere where they don't even like us?
Right. But we got to understand that that's the propaganda that our open enemy has installed in us.
Right.
Once you go there, it's a whole nother experience. Like, what the hell?
And then when people do go to Africa, it's either they think it's a poor, desolate place, or they got to go to somewhere like Johannesburg.
Right. See, I'm glad you pointed that out. Some people look at Johannesburg as though that's Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You can't paint the whole continent based off that, because there are some worse cities here in America, worse spots in St. Louis, East St. Louis, that you would think you're somewhere else. India had a song called Ghetto. We should listen to that song. It's a real good song. He said, no matter where you go, there's a ghetto.
Yep. That's fact.
What song was that, brother?
It's called Ghetto by
India. It's a good song. I love India.
Okay. All right. I'm thinking of Ghetto by Too Short.
Of course you are.
Hey, but the shit's so vivid, you can ride around in the hood, listen to the Ghetto by Too Short. You like, there go the crack fiends dying with the pipe in their mouth. There go old Gil over there. They can trip down Martin Luther King. You like, look at all these. God damn, boy, my people. Boy. Jesus.
It's very true. I'll say this just real quick. I had this African chick who her parents moved her to the Virgin Islands, I believe. And she comes over here. We picking her up. This was in Job Corps. They pick her up, and I'm with her when they pick her up. And it was her first time ever seeing the prostitute. She didn't know what it was. And she was like, all she could do was cry. First of all, I started laughing because I thought she was joking. Like, never. And she was like, no. And she was just she wasn't terrified. She was just more so hurt for our people. Like, this is what they doing over here. And I'm like, it's not everybody, just one of the few.
Those are facts. Now, Rebecca, what do you say to the black family who just blindly donates to a cause?
I think it's stupid.
Whether that be the church,
it's stupid.
FDMG, school, whatever it is. Why do we just blindly support people and don't vet the people in which we are donating to? But add this caveat. But if I donate, if I loan Metu $35, I want to grill Metu up and down about why he wants this $35. I'm gonna get it back. But yet you can donate to your church. You don't say shit to your pastor. Speak on it.
Oh my gosh, that is something I never understood. First of all, I think it's stupid. You don't give your resources to something that you have not vetted. It's one of those things where it's like, I feel like people who do that have more respect for the church and organizations and things like that than they do their own friends and family. It's almost like, and then people will use the excuse and say, well, it's like we give the church and all these other organizations more slack and less accountability than we do our own friends and family. I feel like it's almost like they say, well, even it's like, and they give excuses. They give excuses as to why they did it. And if somebody say, well, they didn't rebuild the church. They didn't do nothing with the building fund. Pastor had to go on a vacation, or pastor needed his transmission fixed in his 1858 Cadillac or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm just throwing out numbers. Shut up.
You make Cadillacs 1858.
I know that. I'm just throwing out numbers. Shut up.
That 2020, it's 2019. So the pastor got to have the 2020 Cadillac.
Oh, the 2020.
with the Vogue tires and everything. You know, you got to have the Cadillac with the Vogue stripes. You know, you got to have either the white wall stripes or the yellow stripes, and the pastor got to have his Cadillac clean every Sunday before he preached.
Know your fans and words about it.
First of all, both of y'all stupid. But like, you know, pastor got to have his transmission fixed and he needed his oil change. Well, what I'm doing is like you try to come up with some stupid justification as to why this church still, the roof is still leaking and it's raining outside and everybody's sitting in the church with umbrellas real close together to make sure that the carpets and don't nobody get wet while pastor up there preaching. And, he's preaching from home. So y'all really just seeing him on like some type of tablet or something like that. Because he don't want to get wet neither. Pastor got to stay safe. I'm just saying.
Hold up, Rebecca. I thought all Christians got baptized.
Shut up, nigga. I'm just saying, like, people will come up with a justification as to why they did what they did. Well, I understand that the church not fixed and the roof is leaking real bad and don't none of the water work and this paint is peeling off the walls. I understand he was supposed to get it done, but when I gave my money, it's not my responsibility as to what they did with it. I can't get mad. It's still going towards the man of God. So we're just going to leave that there. But nigga, if you don't give me my $2.50 back, I never speak to you again. It's almost like people like that don't get any accountability. And people don't hold them accountable. And they give them more slack because it's like they want to be saved so bad that they just willing to give their money in hopes that they'll eventually be saved.
Yeah, see, a lot of people don't want to accept the fact that they've been hoodwinked. So, other than my ego saying that I made a fucked up decision, I'll say, you know what? You know, that's the ego thing.
Facts. And then you'll teach your children to do it.
Right.
That's how I feel. I feel like people want to be saved so bad that you willing, instead of just using this money to invest in yourself, you willing to pay somebody else to save you. And it's never going to happen. But you will hound your friends and family for $10.
Right.
Because your friends and family can't save you. They not telling you what you want to hear. They not stroking your ego and saying, we know you got 15 kids, but you signing your guardianship over to my kids when they come to my school.
I bet you.
I'm gonna be your sons and daughters' daddy. But you just need to pay me because I need my money.
I bet you would be mad if you paid Ameren and Spire your hard-earned money and your electricity and gas still got cut off. You be mad. You be on that phone. Hello? I just paid my motherfucking bill. Y'all cut off my gas. You know it's cold outside, 2 degrees.
I'm on a fixed. All of a sudden, you on a fixed income.
I'm on
a fixed income.
I paid my bill and my utilities got turned off. You be hot.
I didn't even want to pay this bill. I can't afford to be paying y'all this money every month. My daughter died. My cat died. My son died. But my daughter, my only child, she couldn't help me. I called her yesterday. Help, you just said she was dead. Like, we will be so upset about doing the things that we should be doing as far as being responsible and paying our bills. And we'll self-sacrifice that in order to give hope to a dream to a nigga that can't save you. That's just my opinion.
I'm agreeing with you, Becky.
I agree with you 100% too. It just, we just misdirected. Just like today, like I moved to Florissant, Missouri. In East St. Louis, there is a black-owned grocery store.
Yes,
I came all the way from the North Haley station all the way to Emerson Park to get my groceries. They come up with no excuse. How many stores I passed them to get there? I made no excuse, but people come up with all these excuses. Oh, man, I don't want to go to East St. Louis. I don't want to get on the highway. But you'll do all this traveling to go to the Galleria.
Oh, yeah. West County, town and country.
Right. We would make a whole trip just to go to the zoo. But when it comes to a black-owned store, we don't want to support it. So
you don't want to travel that far. All of a sudden, your tags ain't right.
Right.
My tags ain't right. I don't go on the east side. It ain't like they like us. The east side dangerous. Blah blah blah. You'll make all these excuses to go 5 minutes across the bridge, but you'll go all the way out to O'Fallon, Missouri, to that one Walmart.
And the people, the police pull your ass over 10 times a week to go to that Walmart, and you would do it. But when you come to supporting your own, oh man, you know, my tags ain't right. But you knew that when you was going to goddamn McDonald's.
You risked it all. You risked it all to go all the way to O'Fallon, Missouri, but you won't risk it to go to support your own people.
I would like to interject here.
Sure, Negro.
You niggas was over there last Saturday at the Slip and the Hustler Club, but you drive 2-3 miles down the street to go to the black grocery store. Okay, cool.
Right.
Right.
Oh, y'all was over there. Well, I don't go to the east side now. But you support the Pink Slip? Well, but you know, other than that, I don't go to. Okay,
right. That's what the owner of the store was like. He really appreciated me for doing that because I could have went anywhere. I could have went to Whole Foods. I could have went to Best Buy. I decided it's just a train ride. You can get on the train, get there, shop, and you take your ass back home. You get right off the highway, come get your stuff. But we come up with excuses. We need to stop giving each other these excuses on not supporting one another.
I had somebody tell me, this girl said, I bought this book, I think it's called the Cartel series. Each one of those books are like $14, $15 a piece. It's 5 books in each series. So you can do the math on that. She told me that my one book that was priced at $20 was too much money. She said it was too much money. I said, but you just paid $13 to $15 for 5 separate books. I'm like, so what do you think I should price? What do you think I should price a book that has technically 2 to 3 books in one? What do you think a price should be for that? It can, at least $5 to $10. I said, why is it that we as Black people have to lowball ourselves because you don't want to pay to support us?
Because our condition has been conditioned. I was talking to the brother on the store. I was like, man, saying that there's over 50 million Black people and we only got 39 grocery stores. He said, yeah, man, but let me tell you the truth. He said, what happened was six of them shut down. Now we went from the 39th one to the 33rd one. I said, ain't that some shit? We went from 39 grocery stores, now we down to 33, 32.
Yeah.
50 million people. There's not one Black-owned all-you-can-eat buffet in the United States of America. But that's not even a problem for us, huh? See, we can't say sweetie pies because sweetie pies ain't all you can eat.
Nope.
Facts.
But we don't look at that. We just, as long as I can go to the Chinese restaurant. It's sad.
It's some folks, man, I'm gonna put them on blast. It's a Chinese place right there on Page and Grand, right there in that little plaza with a Save a lot at.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Don't ever eat there. Don't ever eat there.
I've never eaten there.
Them Chinese cats live in the back of that building. Like they don't never move their car. I don't know how they wash themselves. I don't know where they stay at inside that building, but I know they stay inside the China shop. And for that reason, I will never ever eat there. Nasty. If you live in the back of the goddamn, I mean, what, you got a front and then the back's supposed to be like what? A kitchen, partially some storeroom. Trusting I wouldn't even trust a Black person who lived in a little bitty rinky dink little shop like that unless you be like, look, I got like a little space way out here in the back that's way separate from the front. That's, kind of separated. Got maybe like a little door or something. But I don't know if I could trust somebody. I mean, like, it's not like they don't have the money to go somewhere else, but they know the Negroes are going to keep supporting them regardless of the fact that, you never see the cars move in front of the store. Effort. I couldn't do it. But anyways, um, Jussie Smollet. Sure, why not? Let's get into Jussie. We have avoided talking about this for a few weeks now. Mainly because I didn't really care enough to talk about it. Because I'm like, okay, you went out 2 o'clock in the morning in Chicago. You got attacked by 2 white men, allegedly, 2 white men wearing MAGA hats, saying that this is my country.
I didn't know you could.
Huh?
They said they call him homophobic phrases and racist phrases.
They said, "Hey, you that." Let me get it. You that effing nigger from Empire. And he turned around, and that's when it jumped off.
So we walking around with bleach.
That it's too cold in Chicago. People was instantly coming out, especially the people in Chicago. They were instantly coming out like, okay, it's the same temperature outside that he said it was when they threw bleach on him. People was throwing bleach and hot water, and it was instantly turning into dust.
Wow, I didn't see that.
Yes.
Yeah, it was actually one of the coldest nights on record.
Yep.
Chicago history.
Yep.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, you're going to a subway. Now, I will say this. Allegedly, he was either being cut from Empire or his role was being significantly slashed Empire. But either way, from what I have read, and I mean, of course, the studios aren't going to confirm this because they want to keep a PR scandal under wraps for as long as. But I think it was a desperation attempt by his brother to draw some attention to himself and possibly keep his role on Empire. Now, there is the strong possibility that was out there looking for cock sandwiches at 2 o'clock in the morning. He was looking for a Subway $5 footlong. And what fucking Subway do you know is open at 2 o'clock in the morning? There is shit open at 2 in the morning except for legs, and I do believe that Jussie Smollet could possibly be looking for a cock sandwich.
Oh my gosh, such a jerk.
2 white men who yell, "This is MAGA country." And who the fuck yells, "This is MAGA? This is MAGA country"? What, there's a superhero or something? Make America great superhero? This is MAGA country.
You would be surprised, man.
Nigga, I ain't never heard that. Even from the whitest of the white supremacists, I ain't never heard no shit talking about this is MAGA country.
Well, they've been doing it since he came out and said what he said. Like, when I tell you, people been trolling him on social media. Like yesterday, I was talking to Regis and I was showing him, and I was like, look at these comments. These are like posts from back 2014, 2013. Like, they just, because most of his recent posts, he turned off the comments. So people been going to like his old posts and just flaming them, like they killing them on social media. And ever since he came out with this story, they've been on in his comments like hashtag MAGA country, hashtag make America great again, all that kind of stuff. I hadn't heard anybody say that before then.
They should be on his head. They really should. Because the brother was downright wrong. You know you're wrong, Jussie. Come on now. Empire is the greatest success Jussie Smollett has ever had. Let's just be perfectly honest with you. The only other content that I ever remember him on is Mighty Ducks, and that was 1993. Okay, so is it the case that he's a marginal talent, or is it one of these things where he doesn't believe that he can do anything outside of Empire? Or maybe he's just looking for the dominant society to keep giving him work.
And the fact that he came out and said he is the gay Tupac.
Oh, Or he could have been part of some sadomasochism that just went wrong.
Could have.
Yeah, I think he was.
Because the guys at first, because when the story first dropped, he didn't tell us what ethnicity the person was, but you're going to automatically assume that they were white. Even white people automatically assume he was attacked by white people because of what he said.
It could have been Kanye West.
Kanye ain't doing that. He loves gay people.
Kim Kardashian tries to keep him on a straight and narrow, I guess a short leash in a sense.
Kanye ain't doing that, nigga. Kanye
first of all, Kanye would get into his own head. He would have got caught. He can't shut up long enough. He'd have told somebody he did it, in my opinion. But white people even assume that somebody white did it because of the whole "Make America Great Again" type thing, and because they feel like radical Trump supporters, they don't like gay people. They really believe in a pure country, blah 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 blah. So even white people thought that somebody white did it. But then for you to come out and these two Nigerian boys come out and say, "No, we were hired." And the Nigerian boys didn't come out until they were caught on surveillance. And one of the guys is his trainer. And he was allegedly, according to the Nigerian brothers, that they trained for the situation. Like Jussie had them trained for it. And he's the one that bought the bleach. He's the one, they say he the one that bought the rope. And he was the one that was helping them to train and act it out to where it was allegedly supposed to be seamless.
Well, Chloe worked much better than like chocolate tea like that. But that's cool.
But it was a lot of issues that I personally had with it, because I'm like, okay, something about this just don't seem right. First of all, it's Chicago and it's like super early. Super early in the morning. My first thought was, what damn Subway is open at 2:00 in the morning? Now, when the original story came out, he said that he had just got home in Chicago and he had just got off a flight and he was hungry and went to Subway. And then the story changed from that to, well, I was just hungry, so I wanted something to eat, so I left.
Hungry for days.
He could have ordered some food and they would have brought it to his door.
Yeah.
He can hire a person.
I want to show y'all this video. It was a funny video. I want to show y'all this. I just saw this. Hold on a second. All right. This says, so did you escape? And this is what Jussie Smollet said.
Oh, that's
Mike Epps.
Yeah.
I hit this one dude. Hit me in the head twice. I didn't look, and I grabbed, and then he hit me one more time. Can't tell me. I'm nervous and praying.
Stupid boy. You
That's how it
stupid. He said that's how it happened. That's why I'm not doing this with y'all.
Jussie out there looking for dick sandwiches 2:00 in the morning. He was
A lot of people
meatball marinara.
A lot of people originally came out and said that it was a Tinder date gone wrong. Right. That they said that it was probably a black page date that went wrong, or just a bad date in general.
But I say sadomasochism, because look at the props. You got a rope around his neck. People that in that sadomasochism, they whip you, they beat you, they put muggles around your mouth, because it's about aggressiveness. So when you part of the LGBT community, ain't no telling what they doing behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that he likes that shit?
I ain't saying that. You said that. I'm just saying.
That nigga on the Rihanna S&M side of the game.
Nah, come on.
Stones may break my bones.
Nah, come on.
Whips say that nigga probably get down.
Nah, come on.
He probably be the first one lined up at one of them Ed Buck parties. I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say it.
I want to spit up this damn coffee. I hate you.
Well, Nick said what it is. You looking for some dick at 2 o'clock in the morning? No, I can't really say that because he orchestrated this whole thing, but
Allegedly.
he did. Well, come on, bro. You did. 2 Nigerians, first of all, I ain't never known no Nigerians to do no shit like this unless they was paid to do it.
Facts. Nigerians ain't gonna turn down the money now. And this is the
First
bad
of all,
part.
ain't no Africans out here just kidnapping you all willy-nilly.
You couldn't find 2 homeless white men to do this for you. I mean, if you was gonna do it, at least make it believable. But then maybe he thought the white person was gonna take it a little too far. I don't know.
He just thought that people were gonna run with the story. He's like, you know what? This makes sense. Let's rock with that. Or
right?
No,
he could have just came to the set and they're like, man, what the fuck happened to you? Oh, and so he just made up a story. He didn't think it was gonna get any wings.
And which is dumb because you know you're successful and you know you're gay and successful. And the LGBTQ whatever community, they you should have knew they were gonna come out to support that. I don't think I agree. I don't think it was a well thought out plan. Because and you're in the spotlight too, and you say you're an advocate for the LGBTQ community, and you didn't think
you don't have to spell out all the letters. Nigga.
It was hard to get it out because I want to be respectful, but it's so many numbers and letters after that, so I have to stop at the Q.
Look, nigga, you motherfuckers call yourself something different every other goddamn day. I don't have no time for you motherfuckers over here trying to call that goddamn alphabet. Shit.
Oh my god, I can't.
Don't come out with new letters. Next week gonna be something else.
It's the LGBT,
LMNOP, XYZ.
Now I know my ABCs.
Y'all ignorant.
ABC boys.
They already colonized the word pride. They colonized the goddamn rainbow. They colonized the word gay.
Because gay does make happy.
And I also heard that they also want to get rid of Father's Day. They said Father's Day is offensive to single.
Yeah, I heard that. I saw that. They were talking about that a few months ago. Talking about getting rid of Father's Day because it's offensive to single mothers. And I'm like, okay, if you're going to get rid of one, get rid of the other.
Well, that's cool. Let's get rid of Mother's Day because that's offensive to single fathers.
Exactly. But then you try to do that.
Let's get rid of Christmas because that's offensive to non-Christians. Let's go ahead and get rid of Hanukkah because that's offensive to Muslims.
Mm.
Well,
I mean, for real, that's where we at.
Because, you know, Kwanzaa is a black holiday and that's offensive to everybody. So let's just get rid of that. President's Day, Valentine's Day, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July. Just get rid of all the holidays while we at
it. Right. Let's get rid of the number system.
Mm.
Let's get rid of letters because it's offensive to people who can't read.
It is.
Hashtag survivor R. Kelly.
It's offensive. Let's just get rid of the whole alphabet because it's offensive to Floyd Mayweather.
Oh my gosh. Poor Floyd.
Fuck Floyd. This is what Floyd had to say in light of the backlash that he has received. In light of the most current boycott and digital outrage, I wanted to take the time to address a couple issues that I myself have trouble wrapping my mind around. For instance, why would we people, now all of a sudden it's we people. But before it was just you. When you was in front of the Gucci store, it was a you, but now it's a we. Okay.
Now
out there.
It's we when it's convenient.
Thank you. For instance, why would we as a people agree to temporarily boycott Gucci for nearly 3 months? If that was done, if what was done caused so much strife, why would we agree to a permanent boycott of Gucci as well as other merchandise that fall under the carrying ownership, such as YSL, Balenciaga, Alexander McQueen, and more? I'll tell you, it's because in this day, celebrities are and failing artists. That was a shot at T.I. Because celebrities and failing artists pick and choose the hottest trending topic as a means of seeking attention and using fake advocacy as their platform when their talent no longer benefits them.
Mm.
It's common knowledge that the luxury brands aren't being purchased on a large scale by the black communities that you portray you're advocating for, yet you use the emotions of our people, there's that our again, that are already suffering with countless issues within their own home front that you conveniently pay no regard or respect to. The same celebrities stirring the pot over brands that they, without doubt, will continually buy are the same artists that inject rap rap lyrics filled with drugs, murder, and sexual promiscuity into the black communities you're pretending to care so much about. These same celebrities are proud deadbeat fathers and unfaithful husbands using their platforms to rally the troops against luxury brands, yet have been the prime contributors of influencing the destruction of our people by way of their musical content and imagery. Should we boycott their music and record labels as well, or do we learn to communicate and bring solutions to the problems we're facing as a whole? I didn't know Floyd was facing any problems. Um, he continues, as a retired, wealthy, successful man that has promoted a drug and alcohol free lifestyle. Yes, I'm a connoisseur of fine quality and top of the line brands, top of the line European brands, brother. However, unlike many of these new money celebs, I never forgot where I came from. Decades before Dapper Dan became a designer for Gucci, I supported his work and creativity consistently and never stopped. Not many of you can say that. Most of you took your money into the same high-end boutiques and didn't think twice about leaving our brother and legendary designer behind until Gucci put their stamp back on him. And that's where your hypocritical outrage should be. Bottom line, if you know better, do better. Start with your own homes and the content that you mass produce and sell your very own. Take a look at how you're representing your people first before you asking someone else to do so. Matsu,
What's up?
what is your take on that long statement? He said a whole lot of hours and a whole lot of.
I feel like someone else wrote that for him because he's a I don't give a fuck type of person.
Mm. So you
Someone else wrote that up for him.
a
'Cause
publicist
it sounds a little bit organized. It sounds like somebody was in. It sounds like a female wrote that.
could have been. Could have been. Elaborate on that, brother. I gotta take a quick break. I gotta blow my nose. I'll be right back.
Don't bust that nutmeg. We'll be right back.
No, I'm saying like continue on your point. I'm just gonna dip off for just one quick second.
Okay, yeah. So that statement sounds like um, it sounds like a woman wrote that for him because for a long time Floyd Mayweather has a I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want to do type of attitude because when people came to him and told him about what Gucci was doing, he's like, man, I love everybody. I support everybody. I don't give a fuck. So how you say that when you know better, you do better. When you knew better, you still went in there and shopped and spent over $100,000 with him. So that's hypocritical on his part.
I agree.
What do you say about the Queen?
I get my life together. I agree. Floyd Mayweather has always been the kind of person that do what he want, when he want, how he want.
And he said it. I do what I want when I want. He said it himself. But someone else wrote that for him.
Heck yeah. I don't think, man, please. Sir, my thing is this. You barely know how to read or read to comprehend. There's no way that he wrote that on his own. Every time I look at his Instagram account, I'm like, you could tell that somebody's controlling his account because the way, and I'm not saying it's a overall teller, but it's already known that he's not good, that we know that he's not good as far as like reading, writing, things like that. But you don't even talk. At no point do you talk the way that you write at all in any aspect, whether it's business or or just every day. I'm more than positive he's paying somebody to write out his to control his Instagram account for sure.
Of course he is.
And then he's turning off his comments with the like the Gucci with the things for Gucci and all that, like the pictures he posts. He turns off his comments for that because he don't want nobody to say nothing. But like, you put yourself out there. You put yourself out there. Now, this is what a lot of people are saying because they're coming to the defense of him, and they're saying like, okay, now Burberry has gone and done the same thing, right? So they're saying that all these musicians, like T.I. for instance, that's the example they use, that they just coming out to do self-promotion for themselves, and trying to be the forefront of a movement for self-promotion. And they also are saying like, well, why shouldn't we support Gucci? Because at the end of the day, and you coming out to the forefront to say, don't buy from them, that's basically telling people to buy from them. What do y'all think about that?
Well, Rebecca, I would like to interject. The first comment that I seen on the Facebook post regarding what we're just talking about, and this dude, honestly, he's either a dark-skinned white man or a light-skinned black man. I think he's some sort of Italian somewhere in that neighborhood. Anyways, the guy says, I see a lot of people making fun of him. Let's talk about it. How can a dude that can't write or read be a millionaire, but you great, but you with great grammar be broke? LOL. Let's talk about it. So basically saying, how can you be a millionaire and you can't read or write?
You could do that. I mean, Rick Ross, he couldn't read or write. He was making $1 million a day.
But here's the thing. You don't need to be able to read and write to be in the drug game.
Okay.
Frank Lucas could not read or write. But when they asked him, Frank, how do you know if your money's right? He said, I know 100,000 weighs so much. And if it weighs out a different number, I know you shorter than me and we have a problem. But this is a different day and age. And, Floyd is an African Black American icon, regardless of how you want to slice it. What he did has never been done before. He's great in that field, but that's realistically the only field that he's been great in.
But he's no Muhammad Ali.
Huh?
He's no Muhammad Ali.
No, not at all. Not at all. Nobody. I mean, it ain't really.
Muhammad Ali, he would have boycotted. Muhammad Ali, you know how many times Muhammad, he was politically astute of what was going on.
Yes, but Muhammad Ali was never ignorant, though. Even when he was Cassius Clay, he was not ignorant. He might have been ignorant of the things about his past and his history being an African, but Cassius was never ignorant. Cassius was
That's a fact.
Intelligent. Asking questions, that's how he got to be Muhammad Ali, by asking questions. Hold up, what's this? And what's this? And woo, woo, woo. And why black people this? Woo, woo, woo. And why black people act like this? Well, brother, you come on down. We be more than happy to teach you. And then he flipped it. So let's not even compare Floyd to Ali. There's no comparison. I've said it before on the podcast. I don't know when, but I'll say it again. With as much money as you have, let's be clear, Floyd has a lot of money.
But Floyd Mayweather is nigger rich.
I understand. But I'm going somewhere with this, brother. Hold your horses.
Yep.
You bought a brand new Bugatti and left it at the airport and caught a flight somewhere. Now, I'm just laying the groundwork to say this. It would behoove you and the black community if you paid. Like, if you want to flex your money, pay a Harvard professor, pay a Harvard English professor a Yale English professor, an Oxford English professor. I don't give a damn. Somewhere you can pay the top of the line English professor at any top of the line Ivy League school to be able to teach you how to read. And if it was a black person, it'd be even better. If you want to study, you can make that type of move. You know what, y'all? I can't read. But here's the thing. And it's not that he can't read, he has dyslexia. Dyslexia doesn't mean you can't read. It's just some letters are flip-flop and you don't read it quite the way it's wrote.
Yeah.
I know people with dyslexia. That's a brother in my church who is dyslexic. And when you hear him read, he stumbles on some words, but the brother can read. You know, he owns his own business, has owned several businesses. So the brother has to be able to read and write and be able to look up contracts. So being dyslexic doesn't make you dumb. It doesn't make you, illiterate. Those are the things that he chooses to do. So already with your mentality, you don't even have the basic knowledge and understanding of the English language that you're a part of. So that says a whole lot about who he is. Second of all, he has never supported any black brands. To my knowledge, you steady buying Gucci bags and Louis bags and stuff. I take you show and tell. This is a Kingdom of Mail Kente King travel bag. That's what it's called. It's called the Kente King travel bag. It's about $80-$90 on kingdomofmail.com. Handle.
Yeah.
Look, probably can't see the stitching on the camera, but the stitching is very fire. This leather, you can hold the leather and tell that it's thick.
Yeah.
Good leather, not cheap. And this is black owned.
Yep.
This is black. I love that shit. I wish I had more money so I could support more of their stuff. To me, this is dope. You can feel the fabric on the canvas.
Facts.
And feel the quality. So people say, well, there's no black businesses out here for us to support. That's a lie.
Not true.
There's plenty of black businesses out here to support. But the thing is, a lot of them aren't in your area. When I order from a band of shoes, or I tell people about a band of shoes, they're a black-owned shoe company.
Yep.
Has quite a few of their shoes. Where are they located? They're located in Bossier City, Louisiana. Well, how do you order? You go online. Kingdom of Melanin, because that's what it's short for. Kingdom of Mail is short for Kingdom of Melanin. I don't know where they're located at. I don't care. But you know what? With the internet that Philip E. McGually created, it was an African white man that invented the internet.
Yes, it was.
Online, and I can support them.
Mm-hmm.
I could go to RBGTs online and support them. I could go on Facebook and support black artists. I bought a poster from a brother who's an incredible black artist, does caricatures. I just waiting to get it framed. I'll probably do that this weekend. You can support black people. It might not be what it used to be with being local in your area. Because I mean, if you figure you watched the Killer Mike Trigger Warning, the first episode where he was trying to find nothing but black-owned, black-operated businesses from Atlanta to I forget, but he basically did a 3-day exposition on trying to find black businesses, and dude damn near starved to death.
Yep.
So,
yep. Are you talking about Ghostface Killer when he did Trigger Warning?
Killer Mike.
Not Killer Mike. Sorry, not Ghostface. Killer Mike when he did Trigger Warning.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, we should have more businesses on the local level, brother. I'm in complete agreement with Brother Metu. I need you to send me that address, brother, so I can go support that grocery store that you.
I'll look up the address right now so we can get it on air.
All right. But yeah, there's plenty of black-owned businesses. There's plenty of black artists and black shoemakers and black clothing makers that's out here.
Yes, it is.
I promote a bunch of them all the time. But we're not seeking these people out. They don't got the stuff. And I mean, like I say, this black owned. I mean, I was completely impressed when I got this bag. I got this bag right before I came to Kansas. I I looked at the bag, and anytime I can't speak for anybody else, but anytime I open something, I want to look at it. I want to feel it. I want to see what the quality's like because I've bought some stuff from some companies like, oh, this quality terrible.
Okay, I ain't meant to interrupt, but since I have it in front of me, it's 1001 North 15th Street in East St. Louis, Illinois. Neighbors Marketplace, black-owned grocery store. Everything you want to get in any
1001,
grocery store is there.
1001 North 15th Street, right?
Yes, sir.
And that's East St. Louis.
Illinois.
They got your fruits, they got your vegetables, they got a shopping aisle, they got shopping carts. You can come there, you can get out right off the Metrolink station, the Emerson Park station. Walk right across the street, get those
What's
stuff
the
and
store
go.
called, my brother, so I can put this in the chat?
Neighbors Marketplace.
Perfect.
We must support. We must stop giving excuses. As I said today, I came all the way from North Alley Metrolink station. For those who don't know, that is a long distance. That's in deep St. Louis. I came from the North Alley Metrolink station all the way to Emerson Park to shop with my own because I knew where it was located. No excuse. Because on my way there, I'm like, man, I can just go to Whole Foods. I can just get off at this station and go to Whole Foods. But I said, you know what? I'm going to take this ride all the way to the East St. Louis, spend my money, and take my ass back to St. Louis.
Yeah, but Floyd doesn't want to support anything black. Floyd made it perfectly clear that I am for me and me only. So to say that there are no black brands that are on the level of Gucci, and that's a lie.
See, we don't want to pick Gucci where it's at.
But
just like
Gucci's not even that special. Louis Vuitton's not even that special. It's simply branding. Like if there's a video Jason Black Authority did about a month or two ago talking about branding. Said Apple, there's nothing special about the iPhone. There's nothing special about it. Well, the iPhone screen looks better than Android. Well, Samsung owns the patent on the iPhone screen. There's nothing special about the iPhone. Simply branding, simply marketing. That's it. Make it seem like it's greater than what it is, and you inflate the price. Because there's another brother, Android Ohm. Android HOME or OHMME. Either way, you can Google it. It's not home, it's like Android, like Ohm. But anyway, this brother has a high-end shoe line. And this is a brother that Zoe Williams used to promote on his show. His shoes are in stores all across the world, next to Prada, next to Burberry. Same stores. Get his shit made in the same factories as they do. It's black owned. There's another company called LFNT or LFANT. I think it's LFNT, but it's LFANT. I'm sorry about that. It's LFANT. It stands for Live Free Above Negative Thinking. Elephant, live free above negative thinking. That is another high end. When I say high end, like they really ain't got no stuff for under $100. A lot of their stuff started $200 and $300. Nice stuff, don't get me wrong, it's nice stuff. But to say that there's no black businesses, the equivalent of these European brands, that's bullshit. And for Mayweather, all he did was do what he does best in the ring. He deflected. He didn't step up to the plate and say, yeah, I'm going to support these brands because I don't give a fuck about y'all, even though he kind of already said it. But instead, it's, oh, you want to just deflect from doing everything that you doing, so you want to try to get people on this fake bullshit and whoop-de-whoop. Oh, I supported Dapper Dan when nobody else did. Who the fuck else did you support? You support. We see you. Oh, I live for myself. I'm about to blow 40,000 in Gucci. Okay, if that's what you want.
But when backlash come, here come this. We as a people.
Oh yeah, he deflected. Come on, Metu. He's the greatest defensive fighter in the history of boxing.
Yep.
And he lived his life the exact same way. Floyd, what about the boycott?
Right.
Come on, bro. He deflecting and dodging. He didn't even answer the fact that you're not supporting black people. Just, oh, I support Dapper Dan. Okay, he might have supported Dapper Dan. That's good. But if I believe if you look on Brother Reza Islam's channel, he's got a YouTube channel. Brother Reza Islam is a young FOI brother. He's been on the 5150 show, Corey Holcomb. So show. He gets around, brother. Brother's really intelligent, really well spoken. He broke down the numbers of like what Floyd. He was like, I'm not sure exactly what number he took, but let's just say if it was 2 million. So the example is 2 million. He broke it down. Floyd could have done this with this 2 million. He could have started 30 black banks. Floyd could have, started 15 grocery stores. Floyd could have did this with this amount of money. Broke it down by the numbers.
Or he could have helped his own people. Nigga, you from Flint, Michigan.
And it's funny because it was a brother on my Facebook page who posted how much exactly that Flint needs to get their infrastructure fixed. It was only like $2 or $3 million. I said, oh, Floyd could have paid for that out of his pocket.
Tax write-off. Kept pushing.
But you're not black businesses, and for you to try to deflect the shit back on T.I., nigga, answer the question. Be a man and say you don't fuck with black people, but you don't want to lose. You don't want to say that because you don't want to lose that black base. That's all it is. If you come out and say fuck black people, we're gonna be like, oh nigga, fuck you too. But if you be like, well, I care, but we need to call out hypocrisy on all sides, not just me. What about T.I.? He's only making drama because his career is going down the tube, and that's not true. T.I. has been on the forefront of this black empowerment movement for quite a few years now. T.I. is not the same dope boy he was when trap music came out. He's not the same guy.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. When people are afraid of your future, they bring up your past.
Or when people try to suppress you from your future, they'll bring up your past too.
Say more, Metu. Say more.
See, what happens is when people see where you're going and they know that they're ashamed of not being able to get there as fast as you because they have more success, then they want to bring up, I remember back when Metu used to go to church. What the hell does that got to do with what I'm doing now? Nothing. You just don't want the heat on you, so you just say, well, I remember he used to praise the Lord. Okay, what they got to do with what the brother doing? See, you're scared. Tupac had a song play, say, I'm a major threat to remind you of the things you were made to forget.
Interesting.
You know what's crazy, brother? He ain't the only one. Jeezy's like that too. Farrakhan had to sit down with Jeezy months before he went to jail a few months ago. Brother Farrakhan, he sat down with Jeezy. He says, Brother Jeezy, I see you in the corner. The enemy is after you. This is a true story. You can go on the Breakfast Club and look up the interview. Should still be there. He had to sit with him. He said, Brother Jeezy, I see you turn the corner, and the enemy is after you. And at the time, he didn't get it. Jeezy said, the enemy? All my enemies in Atlanta. He didn't understand. But then he got locked up for some BS that he didn't do on just, typical white supremacists. Oh, I see he turned the corner. Let me try to fuck this nigga flow. Let me try to mess up his hustle, come in between his income so I can get a piece of that. So they locked him up on a gun charge or something like that for some pistols that wasn't even his. They was registered to his fucking security guards, but they locked him up anyway. Why? Because Jeezy's the head. He's the head of his organization. It's no different than if you're a fan like I am, you hear him talk about people like Goldmine and people like Mailman. He has a lyric. He says, "If anything, I owe Goldmine. He took one for the team." And basically what the story is, Jeezy was facing the charge right before Thug Motivation 101 came out. He was facing that would have put him down for 10, 15, 20 years. But the people that he had around him seen the vision of what he was going to become. And the brothers say, this is my shit. I cannot let you go to prison over some shit when you so close to getting out. When you so close to making it, you so close to popping, I cannot let you go to prison. I'll take the charge for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a friend. That's a real nigga. I see you met to. I'm gonna take this charge for you. Just look out for me when I get back. And they was with Jeezy. And they even tried to come up with a little BS deal, like, oh, well, you know, if you promise not to say anything, I think it was the LAPD or something. If you promise not to publicly say anything about LAPD, we will give you all your jewelry back. And Jeezy, like, nigga, I don't even want the jewelry. I can go buy some new jewelry. Even though he had the snowman piece that he had from back in his trap days, he chose not to do it. His people was actually trying to get him out of jail. Like, look, Jeezy, man, we gotta get you out, we gotta get you working so we can keep this money flow going. And dude, like, I'm gonna stay right here.
Yep.
He like, what's the point of me getting out of jail when the rest of the homies or the rest of the people that work for me are still in jail? Well, we got to keep this money going, Jeezy. We got to get you working. He said, no. I'm going to sit and ride with my people until they let us free. That's a real nigga. I sat down with 2 Chainz.
Yes, he did.
And 2 Chainz is very intelligent. I believe he was running for mayor of Atlanta at one point. Oh, well, you call yourself Titty Boy. Oh, that's a homegrown name that we have in my community. It's nothing disparaging against women. None of that. It's a homegrown name. And he knew that would cause him backlash, which is why he changed it over to 2 Chainz. But I say that, hey, Floyd, man, you're out of pocket. You're out of pocket. You don't care nobody but yourself. You spend boatloads of money. And even it seems like the brother is never going to go broke. I mean, I don't know what other business ventures that the dude has, but eventually you spend like that, you're going to go broke.
Yeah, I mean, just like what you were saying about with Flint, I seen him, he has a $18 million watch. You could have just took the money from that watch and fixed that water shooting in Flint, and it wouldn't even hurt you. You won't around with a watch for $18 million.
Yep.
It don't even cost $5 million to fix that shit in Flint, Michigan. Yeah,
I saw that video yesterday. He did like Cold as Balls with Kevin Hart, and they showed a small clip of, because Kevin Hart was like, so did you really get the $18 million watch? He said, yeah, I have it. And he was like, it's only one of them. And Kevin Hart made a joke. It was like, well, it better only be one, this and that. And it's like, bro, you just spent $18 million on a watch?
Nigga, I bet $40 on the watch.
Like, for what though? 18 million on the watch. It's so many things that you could have done with that money for 18. But
for 18 million, you could have started several revolutions in Africa and freed your people. Oops.
Mm-hmm. On just that one watch.
I mean, you could have started several revolutions in several countries and helped free your people from behind the scenes. I'm not even saying that you gotta be all up on the forefront. You can send some stuff behind the scenes, like Killmonger was planning on doing in Black Panther. Oh,
Right. Oh, he has the money to free a lot of political prisoners.
yes. What did Killmonger do? I got this power. First thing we gonna do, we sending weapons to all our war dogs in every country.
Mm-hmm.
And we
He
gonna,
didn't waste no time.
huh?
He wasted no time.
No time.
True.
But Floyd, like I say, Floyd doing what he always does, ducking and dodging and deflecting from doing something that you don't want to do. Just come on out and say that you don't want to do it. Come on out and say it. Why can't you do that?
He don't want to lose that fan base. His PR team probably telling him not to.
See, but he's rich, but he's not wealthy.
Right.
Mm.
And honestly, he's
as soon as he get of age, and white supremacists already know, okay, he finna die soon, so let's put some shit on him to where his legacy is dwindling out before he's gone. This is the same thing they know what Bill Cosby. You got to understand the system of white supremacy. I've done a nearly full of say that if you don't understand racism and white supremacy and how it works, everything you think you understand will only confuse you. Now, since the piece of former Francis Chris Wilson told us, what she says, all roads lead to racism.
true. That's true. His money insulates him from systematic racism. That's pretty much what it boils down to. You think you got money and it doesn't apply to me. That's that same shit that what's his name? Fat ass was saying. What's his name? Jason Shitlock. That's the same thing Jason Shitlock was saying about LeBron James. LeBron's got a house out in Calabasas. Racism doesn't affect him. He's a millionaire.
I'm done. He said Jason Shitlock.
Yeah, that's his fucking name, Jason Shitlock.
He said that's what his name is.
Yeah, run up a flight of steps, nigga. How about that?
Oh my gosh. Just because you got a house in Calabasas, that doesn't mean that racism doesn't affect you. They just have to do it a different way. Or for real, they can do it the same. A nigga is still a nigga to them at the end of the day.
Racism still affects you.
Yeah,
Right.
Look at what they said about Obama. They said, what do you call a nigga in the White House? A nigga in the White House.
A nigga in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
A monk.
It's all the same. They don't give a damn at all.
See,
right.
And this is the thing with our people. We're not used to nobody not giving a fuck about us. So it's hard. It's not registering with black people. Like, I've done all I can, and it'll work because I do it right. They don't give a fuck about you. That's just not registering in African people's head. Because we never had nobody to not give a fuck. Because we care about everybody else. And then for it to come back to us with this attack, it's just not registering.
Yes. In other news, get ready to get out of here. But in honor of Black History Month, John Wayne's racist homophobic interview resurfaces.
I saw that. You tagged me in it. I think his video. Dave, your video's going in and out a little bit. Metu, you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay. I think he was talking about the whole John Wayne situation. He tagged me in about some old homophobic and racist tweets. Have you heard anything about that?
No.
Let me go to here it is. John Wayne's racist and homophobic Playboy interview resurfaces. I'm about to pull it up. I think Dave's video froze. Twitter reacts. Says, I believe in white supremacy until the blacks are educated to a point of responsibility. Wayne says in the 1971 interview. Let's see if it's any more comments. As happened in an interview, the 63-year-old is complaining about the perverted movies currently being produced when the interviewer asks which films he means. Hold on for a second, because that's him calling. Hey. Metu, you still there?
I'm still there.
Yeah, basically they kicked him off his this happened to him before. We was talking about like white supremacy and stuff like that, and Google Hangouts just kept kicking him off.
Oh, they kicked him off.
Yeah, they
Really? They kicked him off the earth?
What is it?
They kicked him off, beloved?
Oh, so it's not Google. He said it's not Google Hangouts. He said his whole computer, he said he think it's something larger than that because his whole computer crashed.
Wow.
And he has a fairly newer laptop.
YouTube, I can play games, I can do whatever, and I don't have any fucking problems. But as soon as we get too deep off into this white supremacy, the computer automatically shuts off.
Metsu, can you hear that?
I can hear it.
Yeah, it happened one time before when we was talking about white supremacy. Matter of fact, it did it twice that day. Because
I remember my last phone I had, I'll talk to people. I would be talking to brothers and sisters about certain subjects, and my whole phone would cut off. I mean, the entire phone turned off while it's on a charger. I'm like, wait a minute, it can't be the charger. And I turn it back on, and I call them back again. We go into dialogue, and it cut off again. I'm like, what the hell?
Interesting.
But our brother, Dr. John Henry Clark, said, I'm surprised, you surprised.
Yeah, I can't really hear Metsu, but nigga, we was pretty much done anyway. That's what thing like the second I was talking about John Wayne.
Yeah.
Like soon as I said John Wayne, racist and homophobic, and oh no, we gotta cut the nigga off.
And then it looks like it just kicked Metsu out. I'm the only person live on here now.
Shit, you might as well exit out, my nigga. We done anyway.
Is it gonna save the video?
Huh?
I said, is it gonna save it?
Yeah, they'll save it.
I'll send you a link because they gave me a link.